Hey, happy Halloween. I finally got the materials uploaded for Module 3. Thank you for your patience this week. So we are moving into this final unit on fiction. As I've said multiple times, you need to get a copy of Homegoing by Yaa Gyasi, Yaaggyasi is how she spells her name. And it's a fantastic novel. So if you need to get a copy of that and you haven't yet, get Crackalacken, because it's a longer book compared to Alison Bechdel's. You know, it's not crazy mega long, but it's definitely available at libraries, things like that. I also want to note I love the Libby app, Libby, for listening to audiobooks. All you have to do is put in your library card number and you get thousands and thousands of books available to you. And I listened to this book as an audiobook, and the reader did an excellent job, especially because the characters span men and women in Africa. We get in the southern states, we get American slaves. We also get, Brooklyn accents like that. Sometimes you get a crap reader and you're like, oh. But this reader did a fantastic job. So get a hold of that book, because you have to read it and be able to write your essay, which will be due on the 29th. So you have 1 month, but you have to do all this other stuff as well. So get a hold of that book if you haven't yet. I've posted all of our other materials for this will be available online. So we, for this week, we're doing the blog post looking at Amanda Jo Sloan's book, short story, and that characterization that she built into her story. Next week, we're going to read 2 pieces by Joy Harjo. I found a PDF that's the entire book, Reckonings, Contemporary Short Fiction by Native American Women. Oh my stars. The amount of stuff that's available to us free between libraries, the internet, our school databases, it is an embarrassment of riches. There's just so much stuff out there. It's we are blessed to be living in this time. Think about just like, my gosh, a couple hundred years ago that you were considered to have a really in-depth library if you had 100 books. Anyway, so that whole PDF is the whole book. So Joy Harjo's pieces are on page 182 and 185, so I have to scan through. I really recommend, and I'm excited because I've only read a couple pieces out of this book. I'm excited to read the rest of it. So there's that, and then there's the week before break, I want to talk about genre fiction. A lot of you have expressed, interest in reading sci-fi, in reading fantasy, reading other types of genre fiction. So we're going to watch a video that's talking what's the difference between genre fiction and literary fiction, and can they be the same thing? Do they have to be this binary at war? We're going to read Isaac Asimov, The Last Question. You can find this read online as well. I was listening to one this morning where Leonard Nimoy, Spock from Star Trek, was reading it, which is interesting. And I picked this story in particular because I don't personally dig a lot of sci-fi. I read it every now and then just to try to, be a well-rounded reader. But this story, this was the first science fiction thing besides Star Trek that I was like, ooh. So I'm excited to see what you guys have to say about that. And then after fall break, we're going to be discussing Octavia Butler's story Speech Sounds. I was looking for, because one thing we haven't, I'm trying to build this syllabus with diversity and inclusion in mind. And so I was looking for something dealing with illness or disability, because that's, we haven't addressed those issues in the things that we've been reading yet. So that's fantastic. So that's our readings for this module. The fiction essay will be on Homegoing. Get you a copy. But also we're going to do something else. We're going to do a literary journal essay. It's going to be short, just a couple pages. But I want us to look at literary journals. So we can publish these pieces online, in books, in magazines. Lit journals are a way that a lot of writers get their start, or, they publish short stories this way. They publish fiction or poems this way, essays. So we're going to be finding literary journals. There's plenty online. I can also give you access to print copies. Our libraries have them. And I'll talk about what constitutes a lit journal, and you're going to kind of give us a little bit of a review saying, okay, this is the issue that I picked up. This is what kind of things they publish, etc. So that'll be due during exam week, not our final week, but exam week on December 3rd. So we're going to have that small essay, but then you're going to have your larger essay on homegoing that, will be rapidly approaching at the end of the semester. And I know that although this might be the best and most exciting and enlightening class you're taking this semester, it's probably not your only class. Plus, you've got things like work and family and lives and occasionally want to sleep. So, don't wait to the last minute to do this, especially at the end of the semester. All your other things are piling up. If you have any questions, let me know. If you have any comments, I'm thinking about posting some additional extra credit things that we can do as well as we approach the end, because especially if we're all readers, there are so many things that we can recommend that to each other, because, there's no way we can even do any of these subjects justice in the course of this quick semester. So anyway, happy fiction module. If you've been waiting, if this is your jam, now is your time to shine. And if you celebrate, happy Halloween. Hope you guys have a great day, and let me know what kind of questions you have.